How are you, mate?
All right, rocking the lounge pants. Been teaching all day.
Been teaching on your teaching duties?
Took the robe off, threw a shirt on.
Yeah, we only knocked this up in about an hour and a half ago. I was like, better
Maybe
quickly
you should
jump
say
on.
something.
Better quickly jump on, obviously. But yeah, no, pretty much, guys. All I wanted to do tonight was obviously come on and obviously thank everybody for the great success on Friday night trivia. It was a success.
Great success.
I think it was a success.
Great success.
We done well. Everything else. Before we go any further, obviously, if you guys want to comment or anything like that, say g'day or anything, Facebook and obviously YouTube side, feel free. Tony's in the chat. Hey mate, how's things?
Carry over, champ.
Congratulations again. Obviously, champion on Friday night, beating the CEO of the Jets and the former captain of the Jets. You can't do much better than that. I bet you he went to sleep pretty happy with himself. So obviously we figured it done pretty well, so we're going to continue on this Friday. Tony's agreed to come on as carryover champ, which is fantastic. Thanks, mate. And we're going to try and obviously wrangle up a few ex-Jets or current Jets or whoever else we can find if we can't get them in time. But yeah, the big thing, obviously, what I want to do tonight is we sort of touched on it on Friday, the smaller companies and so forth are struggling all around Australia, obviously, not just
small Australian businesses.
Absolutely. Your own business, private businesses and even companies, and so forth. So we figured, why not extend that olive branch, as in on Friday's show. What we're going to do is, if you guys can get me, say, what's best, a PNG file?
PNG is best for me to work with.
Yeah, PNG. If you can get us a PNG file of the company logo, so it can be your mate's logo, your company, anyone in Australia that you know who might be doing a little bit tough and so forth. Send us the PNG file, and what we might do is we might do like a bit of a slideshow in the background.
Yeah, I'll have it up in one of the corners.
On Friday night show somewhere there.
We'll roll through the entire trivia for the night.
Yeah, and we'll just continue on depending on how many...
Maybe we might get through them at the end as well.
Yeah, depending on how many logos we get, obviously we'll determine on how many times it loops. But
yep.
I figured, why not? More the merrier. Get them into us. If you can send them to crossbarcapers@gmail.com.
Put that link in chat and comment, and on the Facebook comments. I'll do that after tonight's stream. Yeah,
so we'll whack that in. But I figured, why not do it? Obviously we've spoken to Tony on Friday night, and he's doing well for himself, but he's still battling obviously with the times and everything else. So obviously,
how's my air freight of that chicken wrap going, champ? I asked him if he could air freight me one down.
Chicken wrap.
I'm like, Laurie's talking about it, he's talking big things about this. I want to try one of these. You want to air freight me one to Melbourne?
Yeah, no, good old Laurie loves it.
It's a bit of tongue in cheek.
But yeah, no, obviously, it done all right. Obviously, your mum jumped on last Friday night and ended up ordering a couple of bacon egg rolls on Saturday morning. So you know what I mean? Like it does work.
On the way then, champion.
But so it does work. Obviously, that little bit of interaction, obviously from Facebook and YouTube and so forth, does get you. It's $20 to him. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we figured, why not do it for everyone else? As I said, the biggest thing is just grab it, get us that file. Speak to your mate, speak to everybody.
Laurie got his wrap today.
Yeah, he's in there on a Monday apparently. Monday.
I was about to say, he didn't get any of his messages that we've been sending out today
though. Look, he's probably recovering from the friggin' double time of his interview last night.
Oh yeah.
It's hard enough to hear Laurie at the best of times. When you're trying to listen to him and
with an echo,
it's pretty bad. So
no, but kudos to the lads.
Yeah, no,
from Jetstream.
Jetstream, obviously, Ferns struggled a little bit there, had a bit of dramas, but at the end of the day, got through it, and it got a lot better, obviously, as the night went on, which was good, and obviously everyone else got their answers answered, I suppose. So
a lot of good questions. Lots of good questions.
There were definitely some good questions in there, but yeah, as I said, guys, we thought we'd seriously just jump on for an hour max sort of thing, and just
chew the fat.
Chew the fat. Plug.
We're going to be on here for an hour. Is my phone in here? No.
No idea. What was it?
Alright, just message my missus. Can you ask her to make me a coffee, please?
Is that professional?
I didn't think we'd be here for an hour. So I didn't make one beforehand.
Oh. Hang on a sec, guys. Can you please make Ben coffee? Thanks.
Smiley face.
Oops, that's
a voice clip.
Don't want to do that. Just want a smiley face. That'll do. Here we go. So yeah, what do we got here? Still recovering from the loss on Friday. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure you had a good bit of banter as you brought his rap out and so forth.
Charged him double.
Yes. What do we got there? Someone's Christopher's doing something. Just keep your eye on your phone, on the Facebook side.
Yeah, it's all good.
As I can't see it.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Chris is giving me comments to be held for review.
Chris, stop giving comments.
He must be swearing.
Fucking hell. Yeah, right, I bring on the Scottish.
He must be swearing.
Luke, mate, how are you, buddy? How's things?
Bet she said F off. I'll allow it. Because he's not wrong. Actually, I think me and Chris had a good chat. What was it? Earlier today? Might have been earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. Don't mind us, guys. I'm now just getting emails.
They're coming in inbox form now. Everybody's asking for the email address.
Yeah.
Oh, she probably did.
She probably did. She hasn't replied yet. But yeah, so as I said, guys, if you can get them to us ASAP, no later than say, Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Go midday Thursday.
Right, yeah, you heard it here first.
Because I'll be the one compiling it, and I've got to teach at the same time, so it gives me something to do while he's doing his schoolwork.
Very true. Crossbar Capers at gmail.com.
Look at this, don't even know your own email address. Amateur. He was telling me before we were setting up stream, he's like, oh, you forgot to do the title, Amateur Hour.
But yeah, as I said, what do we got? Yeah. So obviously, as I said, we're trying to find a few guests. So if you guys do know any ex-Jets or anything like that who might be interested, as I said on Friday, give them a buzz, see if they're keen, and we'd love to have them on. Obviously, talk a little bit about them, about their career or.
Actually, I might put feelers out, see
how it's going. Thanks to Chris Russell who got the ball rolling, so we might have Taylor Regan on at some point. Don't know if he'll make it Friday, but he seems keen, which is good. So obviously we might have Regs, which fellow Nova Castro, and he's got plenty of chew the fat. Don't worry about that.
He flicked into my memory this morning. I saw a post on Twitter from A League memes.
Oh yeah.
If you'd want any A League player, ex or current, to be a debt collector, who would you choose? And it was a photo of Taylor Regan. Harking back to when he took out Mitch Austin in the FFA Cup for Adelaide. Oh, it's fantastic.
Just want to get to Facebook now because obviously you're going to cut it up. So.
I've got it. It's up there.
Where?
There.
There?
Yeah. Nobody's commented.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I can't see. I was like, what the hell is that? First time I've seen Facebook on a desktop. I'm freaking God knows how.
Well, they've just recently updated it. That's like 2 days old.
Yeah, it looks shit.
I hate it.
What do we got, Luke? Nice. Yeah, so yeah, obviously we talked with Reeves. Did anyone watch the Optus Sports special with last night? That's another thing, obviously, I wanted to quickly jump on and have a chat about. Just finished it. 2 hour show that friggin'
2 hour show that took me about 6 to watch.
But yeah, obviously it was a great 2 hours.
It was a very good insight.
Really good insight. Really good to see those boys obviously have a dig and not get flack. They're not going to get flack for it. Like who's going to take them on?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
like, who's going to question?
I'm not going to sit there and pull it apart because I've got my own counter arguments to some of the things that they discussed. Okay, they're looking at it from one way, but I'm also going to look at it from a different way as well. And these are conversations that I've had with you over things regarding promotion and relegation, financial sustainability, things like that. They came from one side of it. I come from another side of it. Considering somebody who hasn't lived in Australia for a very long time, Viduka had nothing but praise for the A League.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was tongue in cheek or he actually genuinely meant it.
Well, last time I heard, he wasn't a fan of it. you know, I mean, he
Even for somebody who doesn't do media either, aside from the past week.
Croatian radio on his coffee shop.
Well, that's the thing. It's been stated in print media, in every sorts of media over the past 10 years since the golden generation stopped, that he wanted nothing to do with football anymore.
Yeah.
He wanted nothing to do with it, and it was only from his article a week and a bit ago.
Yeah.
On was it Fox or football?
No idea.
I think it might have been Fox.
Thanks for joining, Tony, mate. Take it easy.
Cheers, Tony.
We'll see you at the end of the week.
Yeah, it was only because of his article they sort of dragged him out.
Yeah.
And he's always been like that. Viduka's never been one to be shy on what he thinks. He'll speak his mind.
Yeah, correct.
Considering somebody who's been out of the game for so long, he wasn't one to hold.
No.
And he's done more probably football media commitments over the past week than what he has in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Hey, Lee. Hey, Lockie.
But it's good because he's in when it comes into things like in regards to Australian football.
Yeah.
He can be viewed as an outsider, a football professional with knowledge of the game and the system and how it runs in other countries, but still has the Australian national team at heart.
What was the biggest thing?
It's unbiased. It's the best sort of unbiased you can get.
It's the biggest thing of why he left, why he retired. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he probably could have maybe had another 12 months in the international spotlight, but...
I do have my phone.
Oh, well, there you go. Surprised you haven't got a friggin' message from
Why are Melbourne City emailing me?
Why would they be emailing you?
I don't know.
But,
I'll find out later.
What was I going to say? But yeah, no, friggin'... That's one of the main reasons why he finished his international career so early, was because he couldn't handle everyone else worrying about the side deals and the sponsorships and shit like that. They were so focused on that than playing for the national team. He went, stuff this, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like,
your heart's not in it.
Your heart's not in it. Oh, why bother? And so he finished up.
No, he wasn't captain at that time. Had they taken it off him by then?
Yeah, I think he was on his way out. Yeah, Lucas Neal, he missed internationals, and then Lucas Neal had it whilst he was away.
Yeah.
And so it was going regardless. It was just a matter of time when he finished up was when they were going to give it to Neal. But
I mean, the good sort of insight out of that was it was very good to hear what John Aloisi thinks of the A League, considering he spent the majority of his management career here at multiple clubs. He's been out of a job, 6 months and 8. He wasn't scared to hold back.
And he's not coming back. But, you know, I mean, he's not in a hurry to come back.
Yeah, he's in no hurry to come back. But again, there's really no jobs on offer at the minute. Aside from, not even MacArthur. They're already locked in, aren't they?
Yeah. But, you know, look, it was good to see, obviously, the likes of, say, your Vinnie Grellas.
Yeah, exactly, Luke. The big thing to take away from it is that at least they're talking about it.
Well, the biggest thing is I think they've finally had enough. And I think the likes of... your Skokos and your Aloisis and your Moores and stuff like that, who are still in the country and have been around, you know, the A-League. Skoko's obviously in charge down there in Geelong.
Direct at North
Geelong. So he's got a massive part there down in the NPL, which is good, you know, for clubs like that.
Craig's there he's a TD at Brisbane still, last I checked. But Brisbane run their own youth academy, so there's that side of the grassroots from an A League perspective to how it runs nowadays. And then you got Skoko doing it on the NPL and lower level, because he was very much an advocate for the lower level stuff below NPL.
Correct.
Which is good.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was the fact that obviously you've got, you know, how much they were worried and concerned about pricing in Australia compared to, say, your places like Croatia.
Yeah.
To get nothing.
Pay for your own.
Oh, you'll get your jacket and you'll get your pants or whatever in your bag and shit like that, socks and crap like that. But that's just to play in the local NPL.
That's your email going off.
Oh,
Julian.
But yeah, look, that's the biggest thing. I think that's one of the biggest things for me in the whole NPL. I'm actually in the middle of talking to a good mate of mine who's actually the vice president of Avondale FC down here in the Victorian NPL, and he's actually hit me up. Given me a number of their former president, who apparently loves to chew the fat in regards to NPL, and
Still got to be careful with that. He might still be under NDA.
no, apparently he goes on them all the time and shit like that, and he's definitely not afraid to open his mouth and say where he thinks NPL teams should be currently. He's apparently a very strong believer of the NPL, the inaugural NPL NSL teams, your Marconis, your Melbourne Knights and South Melbournes and stuff like that should be getting more of a fair go than what they are.
Yeah, you're more
They're
culturally ethnic sides.
Yeah, look, take the culture out of it. Like, it's a very strong part, but not so much, not even the culture at this point. It's just these guys have been, you got to think, they're 60 years old. That's not the club. That's the club nearly 100 years old. It's over 100 years old, some of them. But in the NSL and stuff like that, they're at least 60 years old.
Exactly.
And these guys are getting nothing for it.
We have had this debate, well, this debate's been raging for 10 to 15 years now. The only difference is the one that was spearheading it is now no longer with us. And now that we are talking about it at a more, at a more active
hey,
level.
Mum, sorry.
At a more active level.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about it at a more active level, it's a shame that voice isn't here to spearhead it, and that's sorry. Yeah.
Well, look, you are right where you say football really hasn't changed in a decade.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah, Ben said hello too. Yeah, I'm sure you're watching. Hey, babe. Chrissy, Mrs. is watching.
Hi, Christy.
What was I going to say? Yeah, not much has changed in obviously a decade, and I think that's the biggest problem. Or one of the biggest problems is.
Well, it changed decades ago.
The biggest thing is, and I think for me, again, this is only my opinion. When you start the A League, so we go back to the start of the A League. Since the start of the A League, we've had Gold Coast United, North Queensland Fury, New Zealand defunct the Knights and changed moved the license, and then rebuilt the name and moved their whole home ground and training facilities and all that. You then obviously bring in the Western Sydneys. You bring in obviously Macarthur and Western United into it now. I think that's too many teams gone out of the competition. Granted, there's only been the two.
Yeah.
But that's still too many in 10 years.
Yeah.
But over 10 years.
And at the same point as well, the lads are talking about, get rid of the salary cap. But without...
Oh, happy days. If it was that easy.
I agree. The salary cap needs to go. But it's not that easy. The salary cap is in place so that we don't get another Gold Coast United and another North Queensland Fury. It's there to keep those clubs financially sustainable so that they don't outspend their means to go for all for nothing.
Yep.
For all or nothing, and then it ends up being nothing, and then, in the sake of Gold Coast, that one was a little bit more tragic. That was more due to the financial crash.
Yeah.
Even to the Jets to a certain extent with Tinkler.
Yeah. Look, it's the biggest, as I said, the biggest thing is obviously we've seen too many teams, two teams, which was too many.
Yeah, too many.
Go out of the competition in such a short time. They can't get rid of the salary cap. If they get rid of the salary cap, your South Melbourne, your Melbourne Knights, your Marconis, whoever else, Brisbane Strikers, and stuff like that, those foundation NPL, NSL clubs, to the hills straight away.
Yeah.
They're going to need to succeed. Look at Perth, you know what I mean? Like Perth, they were on the brink of getting sold. Obviously, he's losing a lot of money over there and stuff like that, but who's going to buy him now? You know what I mean? Like, why is he trying to sell a club that's now financially doing well?
Yeah.
And a club that's obviously on the way up, obviously.
Oh,
the whole A League they struggled. They made one grand final against Central Coast. No, Western Sydney. In recent sort of years, other than the Sydney one. So, it's sad to see obviously the NPL clubs not getting much of a crack. That's the main reason why obviously I want to try and get him on and just sort of see behind the scenes of how clubs are run and what they do. Like Anthony my mate who spoke to me a little bit, and he was sort of saying, obviously, they're Avondale, and most clubs, obviously, in the NPL currently, have stood down all their players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these are amateur players now who aren't getting a crack. Who some obviously, that's all they do. They play football. Yeah. So they're now not getting paid. So obviously bills are coming in, nothing's going on, so they can't play. There's they've got a couple of Korean imports.
Who are Japanese imports
who are over here on work visas. So they've got nothing. They've got nothing to sit on. So now nothing's keeping them afloat. So it's sad to see. Obviously, hi Dale,
hi
Andy, Andy Young, all the way from the UK. Must be just getting up.
Andy,
the handy Andy. But yeah, look, as I said, I sort of thought we'd just quickly jump on for an hour and just have a quick chat about it. If you guys have got anything to say in regards to it or anything like that, we will go into more about it, obviously, once I find a time and get him on, and we'll sort of go into more depth where Viduka and O left. Let off.
Amelia says hi. Amelia. That good daughter.
Go to bed, Amelia. Now. And I'll leave it at that for the wife to deal with.
Thank you. Back.
Yeah, just keep replaying it. Yeah. Go to bed. But yeah, look, it was a really good insight. I was glued to the TV for the whole 2 hours. I was like, oh my god, this is
I didn't want to
so much shit that needed to be said, and I'm so glad they've come out and they've finally said it.
But is the message getting to the right people?
Aloisi pretty well came out and stated that he wants to take charge. You know what I mean? Like, he goes, it's time that we, as ex-players, professional athletes of the game and the country, to sit down and take charge. If no one's going to do anything about it, we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
The whole Australian Institute of Sport side of it, I don't think it's going to change much in a hurry.
No,
in saying that, they need to get the AIS back, because the way it was running previously. Because
prior to renaming it to Centre of Excellence?
Yes. Yep. Even at the Centre of Excellence, it wasn't what it was.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? And this is not saying sitting
because
there going,
because it had a fee structure change.
Yeah.
People couldn't afford to send their kids there.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't think it should be able to. It's not, for me, the Australian Institute of Sports isn't something where you can send your kids. You know what I mean? I'm not going to. I can afford their fees, so I'm going to send my kids there. It shouldn't be like that.
No. It should be the cream of the crop.
Absolutely.
From a financial perspective, that's sort of an issue, because that's when we're not getting the sort of money that your AFLs and NRLs are getting that could subsidise a cost like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much wholly, but even partially.
Yep.
That's the other can of worms. It's all well and good. I'd love to see the AIS come back and be what it used to be and churn out Australian players. But again, it's in today's day and age where the cost of living is expensive, all those costs transpire across to AIS, Centre of Excellence, and that still needs to be governed by someone as well, whether it be governed by an independent A League or even as far as the PFA.
Yeah.
Look into maybe doing that, but it's going to have some sort of partnership, probably with the independent A League and PFA.
Yep.
And then at the end of the day, it also shouldn't be treated as a business either.
Yep.
So not to a point where we have to shut it. Not like the FFA who turned around and said we need to shut it down because it's costing us money.
Yeah,
that's not the point of it.
Yeah,
I mean, the money's being well spent.
Yeah.
Even if it's not churning out top class players, it is churning out players.
Yeah. So
whether they be
AIS back as a select. Yeah, I mean, it is a select. It is an honour. It is an honour to get picked to go to the AIS. Not paying money because I can afford to go to the AIS. It should be, to me, I think it's up to these little businesses like your, Jobe Wheelhouse football academies and those sort of things there where you pick them and you start them really young and so forth. Like my cousin, 8 years old, thereabouts. And he could be a gun if he really wants to, and he can, obviously, and he gets the right training and the right structure and obviously motivation from others, like the older guys.
And there's heaps and heaps of them around.
But then comes the problem: is the fee structure, how expensive it is. And this is no dig at Jobe or anything like that. Obviously, they're doing it tough. They're only being able to do isolation into individual stuff. I think it's $80 for half an hour.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money to lay out for half an hour of football. Yeah. What are you going to learn in half an hour? That's a warm up. You'd be warming up for nearly half an hour.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But obviously, when you get into a team of 11, obviously the price will drop and everything else, so forth.
The more the merrier.
They're the type of people I think you should be getting your younger kids into.
Them, even to say one from down here, Scotty Miller runs one.
Yeah, Scotty Miller. There's heaps, so many. Skoko is part of one down in Geelong. I know that. Part of the Geelong Grammar. And it's people like that where they got the brain for it. They know yes or no. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they know the skill. What you need. Yeah, these Skokos who have been part of the AIS and stuff like that know.
And they mentioned it. Australian clubs overseas were fine to take a gamble on an Australian player because they knew the mould of an Australian player, and it was different to the technical side of a player that they could get from a Spain or in Italy. They knew that if they were getting an Australian player, that it would be a very, very physically strong player, like a hold-up striker that was what Australian football was associated with, and what they're saying now, and that was the Vince Grella said, being an agent, he goes, what is the talk in the market about Australian players now? And he goes, that physical characteristics that was, or the physicality that was, put upon Australian players in the market 10, 15 years ago, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So we don't show of value to those sort of clubs anymore. What?
Mate's nephew had to drop the Jets Academy as it was way too expensive. Yeah, look, I think you'll find now that the Jets Academy, now that they've moved away from Macquarie Fields, I think the fee structure will be a little bit better.
And that was the point. That's why Laurie said he moved it.
100%. I think the biggest thing is, and as I said, like for your younger people, that's what you need those little academies for. Your Jobe Wheelhouses and stuff like that, because they know what they're looking for. And they're not going to be blunt, and they're not going to be they're not going to tell you porkies and shit like that where, oh, your son's got it, he's, la-di-da, or whatever it is. And if he's not going to make, those sort of blokes aren't going to make you fork out money when all you're going to get out of it.
If you ain't got it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Look, you'll be right, just stick around here and you can play NPL. You know what I mean? Even at NPL, he's not going to force you. You want that X factor. You want that wow. Yeah. He's bigger than the NPL. Like, this kid can go if he gets it. And it should be up to... And then it's those guys who obviously get into the AIS and ring them and go, right, I've got a couple of blokes. Send someone up. Obviously you wouldn't just do it for Newcastle, Fun, or, the Hunter and whatever. You make a weekend of it sort of thing, and you bring the bloke up. Or a couple of the blokes, the scouts up from the AIS, and then they go into it. And then they go, right, I want you. Come down for a week or a weekend or whatever.
And they do the camp.
And do a weekend camp with obviously the guys that are there to see if they mix with those guys. And if they do, you get offered a scholarship or whatever, or you then, this is how much it is. Yeah. We're happy to take you on. We think you've got it. But at the end of the day, you got to fork out. But you fork out there. Yeah. Not here, not in Newcastle or Melbourne, these massive monies like you are in the NPL.
Yeah, and that should be the administering costs for the Centre of Excellence.
Correct. 100%. What do we got there? I play for fun with my cousin.
Luke, that's cheap.
Saturday, and we have to pay $350 to play. Yeah, I play on a Sunday.
That's cheap. But compared to what we were playing when we went to Sunday League, 3 years ago, that's cheap.
Yeah. I play Sunday League at the moment, granted at a state league club, and I pay $550.
And that's what we played in a purpose-built Sunday League in the traditional and complete sense of the word.
I'm paying $550 a season.
And half that goes to FFA.
Yeah.
Well, no.
No, they don't.
It doesn't.
No, they get fuck all. They get like $50.
Yeah.
Literally get nothing out of it.
They get nothing.
$50. So, you know, but even that's the thing, you know, I mean...
It's held by the club.
It comes down to the club. The club
It's held by the club.
structures what they want. They've been set by... They get set a cap by FFA and so forth and say that's the maximum.
Yeah.
Go nuts in there. But that you cannot charge any more than that. So some will charge to the dollar of that cap. Some won't. New South Wales have got a scheme where I think the juniors anywhere from 6 to 18, I think it is. You can pay. You get $100 rebate or cashback.
Yeah.
So yeah, $100 cashback rebate, which obviously gives you $100 off whatever you want. So you can put it towards your boots. You can put it towards your bloody fees. You can whatever you want. So $100 off. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a school, or might be even, I think it's a school thing. It's for school kids, pretty well. That's what they sort of designed it off. But I don't think any other state does it. I know Victoria doesn't.
Right, coffee's on the way. It's all good.
Hey, there you go.
For me. I don't know about you.
That's all right. But, you know, so those sort of things. Like, even the wife, the wife, she plays, and that's like $350. But that's
if I remember correctly.
But you know, the whole concept where I said they can charge whatever they want?
Yes.
That's what it is. So, because normally they would pay $500.
Yeah.
But the club have said no. We'll just pay $350.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, women in football is hard. So hard to get females into it and training week in, week out, and so forth. So they don't want to make it too expensive for them. Otherwise, no one will come.
Yeah.
You know, oh bugger that! I'm not paying that much money. Stuff that. I've got other shit to do. It's 3 hair appointments. You know
I'm pretty sure as well. Like Adrian's when he played the same year we did, his fees weren't that far off ours, and we were full season.
Put it this way,
and he was under. How old is he now? He'd have been under 9s.
So, well, bloody freaking Jaden's 8.
Mm.
Back in Newcastle, for the guys who aren't in Newcastle, obviously Jaden, you know, we're born and bred Adam Sound Rosebud players.
Yeah.
So I played all my whole juniors all through there. You know, freaking mother lives freaking 500 metres from the club, so you just walk down. He pays I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure my mum said pays around $380 to $400. And he's 8.
Your wife is schooling you on your live streaming etiquette. Stop looking down at your phone. It looks unprofessional. Says me, who's standing here in lounge pants.
Yeah. Hello, professional.
I'm allowed to. I'm relaxed. It's not my channel.
Sister's watching.
Your sister?
Yours.
Oh, mine.
James, Greg, Lynn, Andrew, Andy, Morse, Chris, Graham.
Yeah, that I think.
There you go, guys. Chris, actually, Graham, if you're there, man, friggin' you're over in Adelaide, I believe. I'd love to know I'm pretty sure you still play the game or still have somewhat involvement.
Robbie when you need him.
Oh yeah, Robbie would be perfect. But what's the fee structure like over there? And you used to play obviously in Newcastle and that, you know, Cahiba and so forth. You know what it's like. It's, you know, pretty dicey. So
James up the buds.
Up the buds. At P days.
Hi Sarah.
Up the Rosebuds, yeah. Yeah, well, James used to live across the road from the Buds as well. Friggin' those were the good old days. You just walk across the road. But let's be honest, James, your skill was pretty short.
Yeah, but so was mine, and I still got to represent Victoria.
Yeah, well, yeah, those are the easy.
That just goes to show you the state of how much football declined.
But again, it was easy back then. But this is what I'm saying. It was
and
easy.
Again, Viduka nailed it on the head. It was a fucking privilege.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
And you worked hard for it.
But it was easy back then. For people like yourself and that, because the talent was in the AIS.
Well,
so you know what I mean, like,
you know, I'm talking like under 10s, under 11s, under 12s.
Yeah, but the same thing. That's it. Like they were still at select.
They were being looked. We were being looked at.
No different than Newcastle.
We were being looked at.
Macquarie Rep, Newcastle Port Stephens, all these. They took out the talent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They took out these massive, the key players and left the crop to fight it out for other shits, like you're representing your state, in like a, you know, comparison. I still
and back then
play.
it was
I've
all
never been.
Back then it was all mandated by FFV.
Yeah. You've never been drawn against Adamstown. It's probably a good thing, mate. They'd probably smash you. No, I'm just, I don't even know.
Lucky. I've seen him
Who'd you play for?
I've seen him play once.
The Buds.
Yeah.
Yeah, smacked.
Against Charlestown.
Got smacked by Lubo.
Yeah,
That's pretty sad.
against Charlestown. Me and you rocked up one day. I don't know what we were doing. I think we were waiting for our flight home or something. We rocked up. I remember Big Lubo screaming at his players. That was what, 2 seasons ago. Lubo was it?
Yeah, 2 seasons. Yeah. You're only there for
Plays
the
Jaffers
Oranges.
all age.
What?
Plays for Jaffers all age.
You play for Jaffers? Oh, Jesus. Poor bastard. Yeah, how haven't you played the Buds? You played for the Jaffers and you've never played against Adamstown. That's crazy. Wow.
That's luck.
Wow. That's
luck.
crazy. I mean, I freaking used to hate playing the Jaffers. They were a bunch of dirty assholes. But yeah, no, I hated
You say that about everyone.
You know, there were some dirty teams. There were some good teams.
All right, name me a good team
that I played against.
Yeah.
Friggin' good team that I played
against. Yeah, you're having to think about it, ain't you?
Far out. Toronto. I've played against like the.
You got a soft spot for Toronto anyway.
They weren't too bad.
You got a soft spot for Toronto. Anyway.
No. Let's think. Valentine. I've had no dramas with Valentine. I've had no dramas with Valo.
You're not allowed to say Gohiber either.
No, I played for
you got links in there.
I played for Gohiber. There was a couple. Friggin' the Suns. Newcastle Suns. Friggin' Cooks Hill. Friggin' Maitland. They were dirty, but they were squad when I was playing back for them. But never or Broadmeadow.
Yeah, I think that's a given.
Mate, how the hell, mate? What grade are you playing?
He's all age.
Yeah, there's still
all age. What grade all age?
What grade all age are you playing? You must be pretty low.
Probably have more of a chance playing against Lockie.
Oh. Mate, you know if you'll know if you played against Lockie.
Oh yeah.
You've probably got friggin' bloody operation scars or anything like that around your legs.
Well, where did you play again?
Takes no prisoners.
South Carter.
I played at Southie. Yeah, played at Southie. Southie. Yeah, they weren't too bad. Southie were alright. Brownie and I used to play at Southie back in the day when I was playing that sort.
Played at Adamstown ground before because how ground was unplayable.
Yeah, this ground usually never gets its shit. James was just there for the Oranges. It's about right.
Fuck, I missed it. You don't get those days anymore, do you?
Oh, fuck, I missed the Oranges. How good were the Oranges? Bloody oath. I think we played like last...
Oh, Coach, I don't think I can do the second 45 minutes. Here, have a quarter of an Orange. That's it. We're good to go.
Way we roll, absolutely.
On to the next 45.
Absolutely. What do you got there?
It's the same chat.
Yeah.
C grade last season he played.
C grade shit. I suppose, I don't know. Is that weekend all age or is that Friday night? Yeah, they need Friday night down here.
Lockie plays Friday, doesn't he?
They need Friday night down here. Friday night is choice. Friday night, I love that. Late night time, get the whole weekend. You don't have to worry about friggin' doing the weekend shit. Awesome. That was the best thing about playing for Southie last season, not the year before. But yeah, look, as I said, it's those sort of structures. The fees are the killer. The fees are so expensive.
Yeah, we've rambled off topic.
Yeah, we're talking clubs now. But that's the biggest problem, obviously, is your fee structure of how expensive it is, even to play all age. Yeah, these are blokes in their late 20s, early 30s who don't give a shit. They just want to kick a ball. You know what I mean? Like, because the biggest thing as well down here is obviously you've got FFV, but then you've got Vic Soccer, which is completely
separate
again, and the fee structure is separate again. Yeah. It's definitely cheaper. You're not paying $500.
Yeah, but it's purpose built to fill that gap.
Yeah,
that is now no longer a gap.
But again, you obviously the Newcastle boys wouldn't understand, but you know the difference when you drop to that. Just not even at the playing ability, like the club. It's just a shed. There's no facilities. It's a bit of grass that they mow and clean up dog shit and freaking.
Lucky you. That's how I started as a junior.
Oh, hey,
mate, the old girl used to cook steamed dim Sims and sell them out the back of her wagon.
Happy,
mate, that was the club canteen.
Hell yeah,
that was the club canteen, mate.
Those were the days.
That was the canteen,
mate. For
on that same pitch, and there wasn't fancy friggin' AstroTurf there. No, mate. You used to have to walk that pitch and pick rocks out of the ground before you could start.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Saturdays, yeah. Yeah, it was. But again, those were the days. You know, what I mean, those were the memories. You remember just playing with your mates and not really giving a shit, and there was no care in the world. No one gave a shit. You just rock up, do training, go home. I can't remember when I was juniors. I think I was at Adamstown. I was under 10s or 11s, and there was 2 grades, A and B grade, and they picked me for the A grade.
Yeah.
And then me and a couple other mates, and then some of my other most of my mates that we played for the year before went to B. And we're like, oh yes, sweet as, whatever. Didn't think anything of it at first, but then they tried to charge us extra on top of our fees to get in a coach.
Oh.
So again, we're under 11 years of age, and Mum was like, nah, that's it. Nah, not happening. I'm not paying that shit. You can go down and play with the boys in the B grade. Which is probably the best thing for us anyway, because the A grade got flogged, and we ended up friggin' getting beaten in the grand final. But at least we made it. Which was a bonus. But Spinky's watching. Feed, it's Lockie. When are you going back to footy, lot? When are you strapping those big hoofs on? Show the young bloke how to play. Show the young bloke how to slide tackle.
Oh, I saw his little one. I saw Nathan this morning.
Nate,
I saw it this morning. I had the biggest smile on my face.
Mate, the concentration, the head control, and the ball control was just on point.
It was magic.
Boom, kick. Oh,
it was magic.
Mate, Jesus Christ, doesn't get his friggin' playing skills from his father. That's for sure.
Nah.
Old Lock was just hoof and run. That was someone else.
Year, brother.
That was someone else run, not Lockie run. That was him hoof.
Him hoof, somebody chase. Off you go.
Yeah, the old kick and chase, but where you don't chase.
That's you. Yeah, Josh, he's a ball. Mate, it was 1 centimetre past my left foot. I'm not chasing that. I'm not chasing that.
I want the shit to me foot. If I have to move ridiculously sideways and shit, you can get fucked.
Oh, mine were well within. Mine were well within half a metre of your legs.
No, absolutely. What we got? If it was playing, lucky I didn't know. Yeah, well, but you didn't get it. You didn't get a run. Didn't start. Actually, we were due to start last weekend. Season was due to kick off last week. That was pretty on the weekend. Yeah, this weekend is gone.
Yeah,
so, yeah. Season was meant to start, so pretty shit. But
it is what it is. Speak of the devil.
It is what it is. Who? Which one?
DK.
Oh, there we go. I said half the. I said half the strikers up. Oh, you're blowing smoke now.
I did too. From right back.
Yeah, it's about where Lock played, friggin' right on the back line, the right back or in the centre backs and shit like that. But yeah, look, as I said, the main topic was, and I'll sort of say it again, as there's a few people.
2 hours ago, the World Game.
What? You got me talking.
Arnold putting kids first as FFA look to shake up youth development.
Oh, that's ironic.
Less than 12 hours.
That's ironic, isn't it? What a fucking piss up. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, obviously trivia on Friday night. Be sure to come in. We'll probably kick off about 8 o'clock again. Grab a pen, paper, and so forth. Put your answers in the chat and so forth. And if you get it right, obviously keep score. We'll score at 5 points. 5 points a correct answer.
And we'll tell you that prior to starting.
We'll tell you that again before we start this time.
You should have a script written up by now. You've done it once.
Absolutely. We'll obviously we'll go through it and everything else, but it'll be pretty basic, just like last week. If you were here, if you haven't, go back.
Well worth a look.
Go back and have a look. Obviously, Laurie and bloody Matt Thompson and Tony from the Three Bears obviously had a bit of a laugh and having a good chuckle about it. Are you making old mate? What?
What? Old mate, what?
Are you making old mate stand while you sit, Charlie? No, that was his choice. His choice, not mine. He wanted to stand.
No, I said I'd stand.
There we go. Thank you. Just clarifying that. I can stand and you can sit if you like.
He's only saying that because he's in my house.
Absolutely.
He's carrying a bit more than me.
Oh, wow, we're going down that road. Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah, you know what the best part is? I haven't played for over 12 months.
Yeah, I know.
You're still going.
Yeah, I know. I'm a machine, don't worry.
No, my playing days are long over.
I'm like a cat truck.
My days of playing 90 minutes are long over.
But yeah, as I said, if you guys have or know any businesses and so forth doing it a little bit tough, shoot me a PNG file of their logo of the business and so forth, and we'll get it up on Friday night, obviously through a loop slideshow. Just send them through to crossbarcapers@gmail.com. We'll get the link below, obviously, if you want to send it on later on. But yeah, if you know anyone, it doesn't have to be in Newcastle, doesn't have to be in Melbourne, anywhere around Australia, we'll whack it on and, so forth. While Ben's doing that, I'll move over a bit. Sorry, mate. But yeah, what do we got? Stand.
Your phone is floating, Ben. I know, Chris. I just noticed that, and I just had a thought. I'm going to get one of those old school Subutio characters. Yeah. Get it, print the tiniest face of Matt Vanderberg I can get. And every time we do a live stream like this, I'm going to strategically place it on here so he's standing in one of the seats. I'm going to get a good kick out of that.
He's everywhere. He's at every game.
Yeah, he is.
He needs
He's
to
always
be
around.
But yeah, nah. So yeah, as I said, guys, be sure to get us that. I don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't put the link in there. Because I figured, why not? Obviously, everyone's doing a bit tough, and get a bit of business going on and so forth. Flick across the screen and go, oh yeah, might need that done or whatever. So be it.
It's just sort of our way to help.
Absolutely. As I said, Tony was on. Runs the Three Bears. Be sure to go down and have a feed, have a coffee, get something delivered. As he said, he'll pretty much deliver anywhere if you're paying. So
yeah,
I think it was $5 for a delivery. So
He just said, just ring him.
Just ring him.
If
you're outside of Newcastle sort of CBD, he went. Yeah. I think he went over to Stockton the other week, so I had to go right around and go across the ferry. So he'll do anything.
He's air freighting me one here to Melbourne.
I wouldn't want to be eating that. I don't want to be anywhere near it when you open it, to be fair. But look, anyway, I've got another mate, Julian, who runs the Kafey Cafe, which is just in the mall there up in town, literally like 200 metres from the Three Bears. A little cafe, struggling as well. Be sure to go in and support those local businesses wherever you are in Australia, because it's, those guys...
They're all doing it tough.
Everyone's doing it tough, but at the same time, if we can help out any way we can, without sort of dipping into your pocket, like donation-wise and everything else, because I'm not a big fan of that sort of shit, because I don't know where the money ends up, like your GoFundMe pages and shit like that. So I'd rather just sort of go in and give it to them there and there.
Yeah, just hand it over.
That's why I know it's going there. But yeah, look, it's one of those things. We thought we'd just come on for a bit of an hour and a bit or whatever, and just talk about obviously the success from Friday night, which was great. So
massive success.
We want to thank you, everyone who jumped on, which was great. Everyone who had a bit of a laugh and so forth. We'll try and be a little bit more organised on Friday night and give you all the details before we start.
We threw it together in 2.5 days.
Yeah, it was next.
And it went from something this big to something this big.
Yeah. We impressed ourselves. Ben ended up getting a few subs out of it, which is again, the whole helping each other out. And he runs a good podcast, good YouTube/Twitch, live streams and so forth with FIFA and so forth. So everyone who should be on here, sort of thing, like in football, should jump over. And
she said, "Do you want one?"
Do I want what?
A tea.
Oh no, I'm good, thank you.
Hang on, I'll message you back.
We'll be done soon. But yeah, what do we got? Chris is laughing away. Chad.
So your phone is unprofessional.
So sorry, I'm just keeping up the chat. It's either that or I look away here because it's not fucking here.
That's your YouTube chat.
No, I'm talking about the Facebook chat, which isn't there. So which still requires me to. But yeah. So anyway, to answer your question, Charlie, that's why he's standing up, because he wanted to stand up. I don't mind standing up, but he's also shorter than I am as well. So if I stand up, I'm freaking.
But if I stand back against the wall where the green screen is, that's clip my head because there's an aircon there.
And if I freaking stand up,
and if he stands, you'll see everything under his chin.
You'll see me nipples, and you don't want to see that. That's why I'm trying to cover them up now.
So at least if I lean up against the wall, it's fine.
You'll see me man titties. No one wants to see that shit. Everyone's, I'm sure, has just had dinner and doesn't want that shit being brought up. So
we are still practicing social distancing.
But yeah, we're in talks. Obviously, a few others trying to get him on Friday night to jump on with. Tony, as I said, it's a little bit hard. Obviously, no one's, obviously all the current Jets are obviously in a bit of a slump and everything else. We've not been able to play, which means they're out of work, and obviously trying to do whatever they can to get on and get some money in, and unfortunately, I'm not paying them, so I'll be the last on their list. If anyone wants to sponsor me podcast so I can pay them, I'm all for that.
Cluffy's here.
Cluffy, you big.
Just seen the name pop,
mate. You can't miss it. The big animal.
Yeah, and I'm. Oh, and you can't read it from there.
The big animal. I can see Clough from here. In big bold Clough letters. He's just finished his 15-minute piss stop for the 5th time today. Bladder control at its finest.
I want to know how his backyard project's going.
It looks good, doesn't it?
I haven't seen any more photos recently.
It looks good. It looks really good. He put some up yesterday, I think it was. The only thing he's missing is a friggin' portaloo because there's plenty of stairs and all that shit now. Don't know how he's going to fare racing up there to go to the toilet half cut. So, if anyone's got a spare portaloo.
Oh, yeah, Chad's in here too.
Chad's in here as well. Friggin'
Man, I like to tell you what, between him and I think it was Jobe, posting their photos of their kit collections.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I thought I had a big Jets kit collection.
Yeah.
I got nothing on YouTube.
Yeah, those boys.
I am proud to say that I do own every RAF kit though.
They've been we didn't get this one, did we?
No, he mentioned that on the pod. They're saving the design and using it for next year. So there's always gonna be that 1 year gap that's gonna annoy the hell out of me.
You know what I'm pissed about?
You're gonna be like, haha, you're missing this year, and I go, haha, joke's on you, they never had one.
I was gonna buy 2 and I count both of them. That's 18 and 9. That's 20 and 21.
I want the away kit, even though I've technically got the away kit.
I can't see that.
I've already got the home kit, but I technically don't have the home kit. If that makes any sense, because I got the ACL kit from last year.
I only have 2 Jets kits, mate. Look, change that up. 50% off.
I reckon I've worn 2 today. No, it's not 50% off anymore.
Oh, it's not 50%.
Nope, I went and checked it yesterday.
Yeah, bastards.
They're back to 109.
Oof. That was 50% off. But anyway, what was I going to say? But yeah, no, it's one of those things, I suppose, isn't it? And obviously, in doing your bit, James Fussell, yeah, mate. Mate, there was no need to go fight today.
No, this one was already down because it used to be where the green screen was.
I was going to say, it's signed that one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me. It's technically not mine. That's Sarah's one.
That was the lorry.
But that's
lorry at Ballarat, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Ballarat one.
Ballarat.
And then my one's up there on the wall over there.
The Ballarat.
That's my signed one. Well, the missus' signed one.
Interesting name. Brown will be on there and so forth, wouldn't it?
Brownie's on there. Daniel Mullen. I think Christian Mora's on here as well.
Brian Mora. Actually, I'm
yeah, Christian Mora.
Also got Bry's up to. I saw him on Facebook the other day.
Yeah. No, I think this was a year we got. Oh no, definitely Offie's on it.
But yeah, so what do you got? Raf jersey from 3 seasons ago. Yeah,
which one was that?
I don't know. I'm not too far. I think that was the one that looked like sharks.
Is that like the army like print?
No, I think that was the aquarium one. It looks like sharks. Like the Jets, but like, you know, it looks like it's that really marine-y, darkish light blue together sort of thing with the.
Get it.
But that's the one I'm talking about. But got it signed by most of them. But actually, talking about signed shirts.
I haven't had a signed shirt in
talking about signed shirts. You know, I was saying.
Yeah, you showed me. I know what you're going on with.
Friend, old mate was trying to was selling his 2008 signed framed Jets shirt. And he wanted $2,000 for it. Old mate ended up buying it off him for $1,750, I think. I was quite impressed. I was like, wow.
Who needs Uber Eats?
Well, that, eh?
Who needs Uber Eats?
Give her a tip. I hope so.
Give her one later.
Okay. Yeah, $1,750 it went for. Someone bought it for $1,700. I'm like, oh. So I might freaking get my phone and send it up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking asked $2,000 for it. He's only got freaking 12 players on his. I've got freaking 27.
Mm-hmm.
But
you've got coaching staff as well on yours.
No, I've got the whole squad. I've got like
you've got the squad and coaching.
Youth squad and everything on there.
Part of the youth squad.
Freaking, so if they were in the squad,
well,
they were there. But yeah, so yes, I was gobsmacked. I was like, oh. $2,000. I was like, wow. The fact that he actually got over 1,000 for it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. So, and in the times we're in as well.
In the current climate.
To
be fair though, Probably why he's selling it.
Yeah, probably why he's selling
Probably
it.
doesn't want to part with it.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
wouldn't.
No, absolutely. No, I like that.
I'd be that sort of person that had somebody try and offer me $50 for mine.
Yeah, I'll give you $50 for it. You just dig at me. I think
this idiot.
I offered him $50 for it. It's sitting in a friggin'. It's sitting in a bloody storage shed.
Yeah, I'll have it.
Sitting in
I'll
a
double his
storage
50.
shed. Sitting in a storage shed.
I'll double his 50, Chris.
Far out. Should be ashamed
to be
of
fair,
himself.
Chris has seen a lot of my kit collection.
He should be ashamed of himself. No bullshit. What is it?
Get out of here. Yeah. I'd be that sort of bloke that would just be like, you know what? If I can't have it, nobody would, and I'd be buried with it.
Yeah, I'm slowly
I'm
getting...
that sort of ass.
Actually, well, Laurie needs to give me... I've got my signed
Yeah,
one for
Laurie's
this year.
got another one for you, don't you?
Yeah, I've got this
I need to get a new one done.
I've got this year signed. But I really need to start buying more kits. Cause
I actually need to buy a kit from this season. I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I still don't own a black kit. I still don't own the black kit.
Waiting for the new house in the man cave. Mate, it should be up everywhere you are. It should be on the dunny door or something like that. Every time you go to take a shit, and
I've run out of room to put stuff on the walls here.
you
I'm going to start pinning stuff to the roof.
have to start moving shit.
No.
Well, these Easter bunnies are from frickin' last Easter, aren't they?
Those ones are, yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
The Easter after we moved in.
Yeah, it's freaking last
So
year.
yeah, last year.
Yeah, because when I come down for your birthday, they're freaking still there.
Yeah, I don't need them.
Oh, fucking hell. That's
I don't need them.
What do you got? I sent the RAF jersey I have to you on Facebook.
Who, me or Josh?
I have no idea.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Chatty's on the slippers.
Oh, Chatty.
They make
They're
slippers.
great.
Chatty on the slippers. They are classic. They are special. Wow.
I'd do a set like that.
Mate.
I basically wear the same ones in grey though.
Shark swimming boat. Yeah, Polyak. I love the grey shorts. They were class. Wow,
Yeah.
Those grey shorts are cool. Why not?
They don't match though.
I didn't even see them shorts.
Yeah, I don't remember the shorts from it.
Shit, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got that one. I think I got that one.
I'll be stuffed.
I bought that one second hand. I think I got it. I think Lockie got that one got me onto that one.
I don't know. Well, I got one here for... Actually, Ben's got one here. I friggin'...
Which one?
One did... Oh, no, Lockie. I gave some to Lockie. Well, I gave some to Lockie. Which, one of the boys in the Jets boys gave me. One Lockie Jackson signed...
That was a goal one, wasn't it?
It was a goal one.
Yeah,
Lockie
yeah,
Jackson on the back when he signed it. And then the other one was... friggin' Italiano or something. Duncan or... Number one of it. I don't know. No, Birighetti. It was Birighetti. I shouldn't part away. Sorry, Locke. You know that back? No.
You might back.
The frame is massive.
I don't care.
Who gives a shit?
I got windows, man.
Tell them all to fuck off and put their shit down. Frickin'. That needs to be centre of the room.
Yeah, I don't need windows.
Ideal, if I had my way, friggin' I had a signed thing like that, I'd put it above me bed.
No, because you wouldn't want to risk it falling down on you in the night and then destroying it.
Yeah.
See, I used to have them on this wall, but
maybe
since I moved everything.
But yeah, so no, that was the main reason. Obviously, thought we'd just jump on. Obviously, talk a little bit about the fee structure and so forth. I want to get I'll wait till we get a couple of the MPL boys in. We'll have a chat about it and so forth, just to see, we'll get their take and so forth. Because as the Dukes and so forth and more, and obviously we went to town. The saying he feels that a lot of the A League clubs aren't even up to scratch with their facilities.
Yeah,
which was a big dig.
He turned around and said some of them aren't professional. I'm just sitting there going, "Oh,
that's a big dig."
Ooh.
Look,
those who sit in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Ours isn't crash hot. I'll be first to admit it. Like you compare it to places like Western Sydney now and so forth. It's not crash hot. We use the Forum, the university, and so forth at Newcastle, and
doesn't mean it's not professional though.
Oh look, you've been to have you? HQ.
Yeah, I've been to Raywa.
Yeah, Jets HQ. Well, that's where they train. You know, what I mean? It's nothing special. It's just a freaking old. I've played soccer there. Like,
yeah, it is.
Lockie, we went and watched Lockie play there.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's sort of, you know.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. They've got their own space. you know, they're away from everything, sort of thing.
That's his Christmas.
I want
I want it. $50.
I'll double it.
60.
Or even 120.
Whack it on for a good time to whack it on for you can get 15 to 1700 for that one.
I don't actually know. I think I've got the long sleeve of that.
Yeah.
I got the long sleeve of that. The red rock kit.
Actually, chat. If you're still there, mate, and you're looking at offloading anymore, you let me know because
yeah,
I'll
jump the gun before him.
I'll dig into the piggy bank and hurry up, grab a couple more off you because thanks heaps for the ones I got, which were great.
I don't actually know what year it's from, either 06, 07 or 08 or 09.
What?
Chris's.
Oh, the one you've got?
Yeah, he reckons it's 06, 07, 08, 09.
Gotta be, I don't know.
It'll be early.
I've got the signatures.
It'll be early because it's Reebok.
Oh, shit. I've got the signatures there, so I'll know. I'll have a look at it. I'll compare it to mine.
it'll be early.
It all depends on who's on there. That's the easiest way. Because I was had second guesses of mine, and the main reason was because there were so many signatures on there. If you've got friggin'...
Who ended up working that out for you? Joel?
Well, yeah, about a third of the friggin' 08 squad. I hit up Ben Kennedy, I hit up friggin' Griffiths, I hit up Hoffy, Matt Thompson, a few of the boys. I was just like, sent photos, I'm like, tell me it's good. And most of the responses, BK's was good. BK was just like, God, it was a good year. That was his response. I go, do you reckon this is the 08? And he goes, yeah, it was a good year. I was like,
cheers, buddy.
You've done absolutely nothing. Sat on the bench the whole season, but good on you, mate. Thanks for that. Bloody Jack Duncan was there at that stage. Like, that's how
was he?
He's like, yeah, it's crazy.
I wonder how Jackie boy
is. In the youth development squad. That's where he was like 16 or something.
I wonder how Jackie's going.
Earning a good quid, friggin' doing what he done best. The biggest thing is, what are we going to do now? We've got Italiano who's just signed 2-year deal and no keeper, no backup keeper unless we
have to
stick to the youth. Do we stick to youth? Do we give Noah James a go and leave Italiano, or do we look for some really hot, competitive, interest? What about?
Well, they've got to have a season to play for first, so maybe we shouldn't really weigh into that.
Oh, we're in the off season now. They'll be right. They'll be back for next season. But
I
think the other big news in the whole situation was, and what I said at the start, and I really had good gut feeling about it was, friggin' Joe Ledley's gone overseas.
Yeah. Where's this still here?
Well, that's where I was going with. I was going to say, Ledley's gone back. Burns has gone back, obvious reasons, but he's gone back.
Yeah.
Who else was over here? Friggin' that wasn't part of that shit. Abini he's gone back to sort shit out. Like,
yeah,
he was only here for the end of the season. So he still had to go back.
Carl's gone back.
Sort it out. Carl's gone back. Everything else, but Wes is still here.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Arroyo, I think still here.
He's still here because he can't go back to Panama. It's chaos. Because Laurie was actually talking about him on Friday night, saying that if he goes back, it'll be really hard for him
to get back here
financially and stuff like that. And where he's sitting here as well, is it's hard also, I suppose. And the other turn of events is the fact that he speaks minimal English.
Yeah.
And he's virtually just been cooped up in a house all day. So,
I mean, no,
yeah.
But he did say that the lads were talking on. Yeah, eventually Lukey will have to go back.
Who?
Arroyo, because he's on the loan.
Yeah. Here's Chad.
Well,
he's like when he does his thing clear out. He goes, "I'll look after you."
Yeah, let me know.
But yeah, no.
Oh look, a Facebook message come through.
Yeah.
It might actually send them all through now. Maybe you have to like activate
Activate on
send the first one.
That'd be really good if it does.
Like my chat bot.
What was I going to say? What was wrong about? Yeah. So Wes is here. Arroyo's here. I found it very funny that we were talking. I made Laurie sort of go, "Oh,
yeah,
Joey Champness." He's just like, "I haven't spoken to him in a while. Shit, better touch base." Might not be
yeah, but we still got him on another 2.
Yeah, but still, Laurie's like a shit fight over there. So it's
Yeah,
chaos.
it's worse there than what it is
He
here.
may as well sort of try and ride it out as long as his family and all that shit are safe over there. I don't think he'll get on the plane.
Because Italiano is in WA.
He's in WA. Yeah, right. Okay, sweet. Fair enough. Yeah, it must be. But I can't imagine everyone not doing that. You know what I mean? I can't. Bloody shit. Adelaide as well.
Johnny
K, yeah. Obviously his missus and all that was over in Adelaide and so forth, so I can't imagine him not going back. I'd rather be over there than sitting here doing nothing. Sort of if they're sort of not from Newcastle, I can't imagine them going anywhere. Obviously,
Stevie's Sydney.
Stevie, yeah, he's still, yeah. But freaking.
Anything you guys have to mention from the podcast done by the other guys with Laurie, for those that missed it, go watch their pod. Painful as the audio is, just go and watch it.
What was that?
That's their podcast to regurgitate. It's not us. We don't want to step on toes.
Oh,
I can't understand it.
Yeah, look, I'm not
Wear
going to
headphones when you listen to it. That's what helped me.
Yeah. Don't try and listen to it without headphones or something in.
You've got to listen to it with headphones. You're going to be in a quiet room.
Look, no, as I said, hopefully.
Chris can't understand it.
Yeah, no, he left. I spoke to him today. He listened to it to about the first 5 minutes and then
couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Noah James is a backup keeper. Do the job. We won't know how we play if we don't. Yeah, fair call.
No, look, 100%. I think he should be.
I think
he's not going anywhere. Like he'll play the NSL, NPL. Sorry, if anything. But next pre-season, he needs to play all those games, or as many as he possibly can.
Well, here's the thing: we're in this situation this time around with Lewis Italiano as what we were with Jack Duncan a few years ago. He signed as the backup. He's getting on. Now's his chance. It was similar situation with BK. Now's his chance. If you can't cut it now, that's it. And for Italiano, who's been the backup, Wellington for God knows how many years now as well.
Yep, 100%.
Mate, this is it. This is your chance.
We would have to have the weakest. We would have to have the weakest keeper selection in the A League. I don't think there's a team that's worse off than we are. Everyone else's goalkeepers are pretty good. Central Coast included. You can't blame their downfall.
Nah, Beers was...
like, if Birighetti, for Christ's sake, he's a gun. You can't blame him on the downfall. You're only as good as the blokes in front of you, and if the blokes in front of you are shite, well...
And that was a similar story when he was at us anyway, last time.
Oh, 100%. Our backline made him look freaking great.
Yeah, but our backline wasn't crash hot to and made their fair share of mistakes.
Yeah.
Which made Beers look like an idiot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 100%. Hey, Chris, can you comment on the Facebook chat for a sec? Just see if it comes through. Just say whatever, anything. Hey,
I can't see that view. My phone doesn't give me that view.
I
don't know why.
I'm glad that I haven't had to freaking go down and press it. It fades out. Lock screen.
Yeah. I don't know. That might be streamer mode or something. I don't know.
No, mine comes like that all the time.
No, mine doesn't. Look, see if I play it. Oh, no, now it does. It doesn't tell me who's watching though.
Okay, no, Chris didn't come through. He just commented on Facebook, but it didn't come up there, so it doesn't work.
Maybe it's just your responses then.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so well, yeah, as I said, we're rambling on now. It was just more of it was meant to be just a really quick chat in discussion. But yeah, Chris, everyone in the chat, Luke, Chad, everyone that was in here, everyone on the Facebook side, Lockie, who else we got in here? Tony,
do not forget your mum.
Mum's in here somewhere, or she was at some point. All the friends, obviously, that are watching. Lee was here before, and everything else. If you've got anyone, business-wise and that is doing it a little bit tough, or
the Queen's Life,
even if they're working, they just work for them or whatever it is, and they're doing it a bit tough. And as I said, it may not help at all, but sending me a PNG file of your logo to whack it on here.
Sorry.
You're right there?
Yeah. DK just messaged me.
Good on him. But yeah, other than that, guys, as I said, be sure to jump over and check Ben's stuff out. What are you doing? One coming out this morning, I think it was.
Scunthorpe.
Seen that.
Scunthorpe, Road to Glory.
Lads.
Custom career mode, that's the big one.
Custom career mode, yeah.
It's the big one.
It's banging in for fun.
Western United, I'm still doing bits and bobs off.
Western United, yeah. Western United's kicking around. He does a live stream on a Sunday, obviously, which Luke knows all about. He'll be there. He was there last night and so forth. What else was there? I'm going to do one on Friday. I'll probably do another one on Saturday, depending on how I go with getting some people on, because at the end of the day, there's no point of just me rambling on, because it's only my opinion and there's only so long I can agree with myself.
There's nobody else there to call you out.
No, it's not even call me out. It's just, I like to have my say, but then I like to hear other people's thoughts on it as well, because it's interesting. I'd rather someone...
Oh, don't you dare, cat. There it goes. There it goes. Get out, you bitch.
Fucking hairy pussies. Get out.
Get out, Ruby.
But yeah, as I said, friggin' Lockie, mate, if you want me to send us your dad's PNG file of Lachlan Gabriel Mara optometry, if you need
we'll chuck it in.
Glasses on, yeah, we'll whack it on there for you.
Actually, the one that popped into my head today, and I actually thought of Lockie when it popped into my head, I think because I saw it on Facebook as a suggested friend, Andy from
oh yeah,
Charlestown.
Yeah, Andy Roberts, yeah, get onto him, lot. If you can get a PNG file for me, I'll whack it on there. As I said, it's just more
that
of a...
That was just the one that popped into my head earlier today.
It's just more of a... just if people are watching it and that, they sort of look at it and just go, oh yeah, how are they? I wonder how they're going. I haven't been in there in ages, or I haven't seen much from them, or whatever. I've been meaning to get in there, or whatever. Just a trail of thought, which is, which would be good. Send it Wednesday. Yeah, cheers, Lock.
Thank you, Lockie.
CrossbarCapers@gmail.com. Or just send it to me.
In the comments.
It's in the... Or just,
I'll put it in the description.
Or just ask me again. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll
send me
put
a message.
it in the description.
Send me a message, whatever. But yeah, as I said, it's the main one. That's why I just figured, why not? Be sure to tune in on Friday, obviously, because the more people who come in, the better on the panel will have having a laugh, and they don't mind getting digs at and so forth, and comments, obviously, depending on who I get. If I can wrangle up a couple of ex-Jets or professional, I'll take any professional athlete. I don't give a shit. Doesn't have to be football related at this point. Anyone who wants to come on and have a laugh and we can get some shit out of.
Yeah,
that's the main one, I suppose. But the biggest thing, obviously on Friday, Saturday being Anzac Day as well. You're right there, mate.
Yeah. No, I just clicked at something. That's all.
Yes.
Something that you mentioned.
Saturday being Anzac Day as well, which is pretty significant.
It's getting close to my birthday.
Significant.
And the end of the season.
Talk that shit after Anzac Day.
and the end of the season.
And the end of the season. Yeah.
Well, the official end of the season date.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously Anzac Day, not being able to get down to the dawn service and spend the day, obviously doing the march and everything else is, going to be pretty tough on mine, because obviously it's something that I do every year. And,
yeah, same.
As I said, I don't mind getting up at 5 a.m. or whatever it is once a year to, pay your respects to the guys who, gave us what we've got today. If it wasn't for them, we would have stuff also. I think it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, I believe, on ABC Radio. They will be doing the last post and Trevally and stuff like that. So get out to your driveways and so forth. That's I believe what Australia and the governments want everyone to do is just get outside and get stand on the edge of your driveway or something like that, and hopefully everyone in the street will get out and do the same thing, and spend a couple of minutes out there just to obviously pay thanks to those guys, because they absolutely deserve it. Other than that, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Can't stress enough, obviously, get the logos in of some local businesses and everything else, and we'll do what we can on our end. It's a bit tough, but I know, obviously, and I'm not asking for anything or whatever, but if you guys want to jump on and some sort of sponsorship or anything like that with your company as well, that'd be, I'm happy to do something. I'm not asking for money or anything like that. Any sort of thing I can do for you guys, to obviously get your company or whatever exposure out, and obviously help me out a little bit as well, I'd be grateful. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, sweet as. Other than that,
cheers, Dan. Daniel Thompson.
Hey!
Keep up the good work, lads.
Yeah, cheers, Daniel. But be sure to get you got your logo and so forth, mate. Whatever. If you know anyone, be sure to get it into us. CrossbarCapers@gmail.com. We'll whack it up on Friday for the trivia. Get into it. Get onto it on Friday night, mate. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube.
Okay.
Just trying
It's a new service.
Let's try new things, bit of a
Yeah,
try.
I'm moving off YouTube, ladies and gents. I'm going to YouTube.
See you, Luke. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, my YouTube channel, be sure to jump over there, subscribe, like the bell, obviously, so you get notified on Friday when we go live. It will be on my official Facebook as well. Of course, I'm too stingy to pay for it to get on my
expensive.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It'll be on. So obviously, all my Facebook friends who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel will get it here as well. But it'd be grateful if you did jump over. Obviously.
All those that aren't on the trivia but do want to watch and play along at home.
Yes,
I'm not keeping score for you guys as well.
Yeah, no.
It's too difficult trying to keep score for them.
Grab a pen and paper,
Grab
write
a pen
it
and
down.
paper, write it down.
Send in your team names and so forth. Funnier the better. Try not to make them too offensive or anything like that, because we do have a little yes and no to block it out if we want to.
Yeah, I can hide comments and review.
So
They'll get hell for review.
Funnier more than offensive would be great. But yeah, funnier the better. I'd love to hear it. Other than that, I think we're good. Be sure to go check Ben's stuff. All the links and everything will be below. Jump on the Discord server if you want to come on and have a chat with us. 2's great, but obviously 3, 4 people is even better if you guys have any topics and stuff you want to say. Other than that, we're going to leave you to the rest of your Monday night. It's almost 9 o'clock, so it's probably almost tea time and biscuit for me in bed. So
yeah, not far behind.
Absolutely. So until then, guys, we will catch you later. Thanks very much for joining on Facebook and YouTube side of things. It is gratefully appreciated. Other than that, if you've got any topics or anything like that you want us to discuss, send us a message. Send it to crossbarcapers@gmail.com, whatever. And we're happy to discuss it. Any trivia questions as well for Friday night, send them through. If it's a nice, decent one, I wouldn't mind it.
Next time.
100%. So if you've got any good trivial questions for the A League and so forth, sweet as, send them my way.
Make sure the answers are correct.
Yes.
Make sure you do your research prior.
Yeah. It might sound good.
And that's the hard part for us. Like, it takes a while to get the questions together, but we go through and fact check them. Every single one.
Especially the A League. The EPL and stuff like that's pretty straightforward. And because there's so many sources and so many places we can find them, but the A League, minimal.
On off. While your wife is spamming the wrong code in chat.
Piss off, the AFL. Seriously. Play real sport, you grub. It's in trouble and...
I don't get in trouble.
No, I'm not talking about your missus. Pants and...
What is wrong with my lounge
pants?
Your
balding head. I'm glad to see my hair's actually coming back a bit.
Yeah, I need a haircut.
But yeah. Righto, guys. We're going to leave it there. YouTube. See you on Friday. See you, Luke. See you, guys.
See you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Everyone's done. Thanks for joining, guys. We will catch you guys on Friday. And as always, we hate Coast Scum. See you, guys.